How to migrate public folders from Microsoft 365 to Microsoft 365. Try SysTools Migrator. Let's discuss key features. First is folder structure preservation. The original public folder hierarchy is maintained during migration. Second is full permission support. It migrates all folder permissions, including reviewer, author, editor, owner, and more, with user mapping. Third is data support. It migrates emails with categories, read, unread, status, attachments, signatures, flags, and threads, up to 150 megabytes. Fourth is comprehensive data support. It migration supports filtering emails by a specific date range, based on the message creation date. To download the software, open Google and search for SysTools Migrator. Now click on the first link. Scroll down and click on the download button. Once downloaded, simply install the software on your system. This is the interface of the SysTools Migrator software. First, we need to activate the account. For that, go to the left panel and click on the Activate button. Now, enter the activation code or simply copy and paste it into the designated field. If you don't have an activation code, you can click on the Buy Now button to purchase one. You can also use this software for free by clicking on the Try Free button. Once you've entered the activation code, click on the Apply button. The software is now activated. Below, you can view the activation quota details. You can also renew your activation quota by clicking on Buy Additional License. Finally, click on the Close button to continue. In SysTools Migrator, you can select different sources to migrate from. The available sources include G Suite, Microsoft 365, Exchange, Notes, Google Vault, Microsoft 365 Archive, and IMAP. For this video tutorial on public folder migration, we will select Microsoft 365 as the source. In the Destination section, we will also select Microsoft 365. In the Resource and Workload selection section, enable the User Creation option, which allows users to create public folders within their accounts. Then, scroll down and locate the Public Folders option, and make sure it is enabled to migrate public folders. You can also apply a date filter if you want to migrate data only within a specific date range. We are turning this off, but user can enable this if needed. Below that, there is the Migrate Public Folder Permissions option, which lets you migrate folder permissions as well. If you enable this option, you must also enable the Groups option. Once everything is set, click on the Next button at the bottom right to continue. Here, you need to add your Microsoft 365 admin account for the source, which is the account from where you want to migrate the data. In the Application ID field below, enter the application ID. To generate this, go to the Microsoft Azure portal, log in with your admin account, and create the application ID from there. Once you've entered the application ID, move to the right section and click on the Validate button. If it turns green, the credentials are correct. If it turns red, you'll need to recheck the details you entered. After validation, click on the Next button. Now, you need to enter the Microsoft 365 account again, but this time for the destination, where the data will be migrated. Below that, enter the application ID for the destination admin account. On the right side, click the Validate button. If it turns green, the credentials are correct. Finally, click on the Next button to continue. Now, you need to add the user accounts from the admin account. To do this, first download the template. Click on the Download Template button. Set the destination path for the template file where it will be saved, then click on the Save button. Next, open the download folder. You'll find the file there in CSV format. Open it. In the Source User column, enter the user accounts from which you want to pull the data. In the Destination User column, enter the user accounts where the data will be migrated. In the Mark for Execution column, make sure all values are set to true. If any entry is set to false, that account will be skipped from the migration list. The Ignore License column should be set to false. Now, let's go ahead and enter the details. Now that we have entered the details, we'll demonstrate using one account to another, but you can add multiple accounts as needed. Save the file, making sure it remains in CSV format. Next, return to the software. click on the Import User button to import the CSV file that we edited with the user accounts. Then, click on the Upload icon on the right. Select the CSV file and click on the Open button. After that, click on the Upload button. Finally, click on OK to proceed. In the Source Email column, you will see the list of source user accounts. On the left side, you can choose to enable or disable any account depending on whether you want it to be migrated or not. On the right, under the Priority column, you can also set the order of migration. Just click on the star icon beside the account you want to migrate first, and once the star becomes bold, it confirms that the priority has been set. In the Destination Email column, you will find the list of user accounts where the data will be migrated. At the top left, there is a search bar to quickly find accounts if the list is large. And on the right, you will see the All User option, which allows you to filter the accounts. You can view all accounts, only those where permission failed, only those that were successfully validated, or only the accounts you have enabled, while the disabled ones will be hidden. After this, we need to validate the accounts to make sure the migration can take place. For that, click on the Validate button in the top right corner. The validation process may take a little time to complete. After validation, click on the OK button. On the left column, click on the Public Folder option. Here, you need to set the public folders for both the source and the destination. There are two ways to do this, and the first method is using a CSV file. To do that, click on the Download Template button for the public folder and set the destination path where the template will be saved. Once the path is selected, click on the Save button. Then, open the folder where the template was downloaded. Now open the CSV file. In the Source Folder column, add the folder from the Source Admin account. In the Destination Folder column, add the corresponding folder in the Destination Admin account. Make sure the Mark for Execution column is set to True, because any folder marked as false will not be migrated. After adding the folders, save the file, keeping it in CSV format. Once done, go back to the software to continue. After adding the folders, click on the Import Folder button to import the CSV file containing the folder paths. In the pop-up window, click on the Upload icon, select the CSV file, and then click Open. After that, click on the Upload button. We'll also demonstrate a different approach to add public folders. Close the current window, and here, click on Fetch Folders. Then, click Continue. The software will display a message indicating that 13 public folders have been fetched. Click OK to proceed. These are all the public folders in the source account. If the list is large, you can use the search bar to find a specific folder. There is also a filter option that allows you to view all folders, only those with permission failures, or only those that succeeded. On the right, the Show Selected option lets you display only the folders you have enabled. In the Destination Folder section, you can also create a new public folder if there isn't any existing folder available for the destination. To do this, click on the Create Folder option at the top. In the new window, enter a name for the destination public folder. Now click on Continue. After that, click on Start, and the public folder will be created. Once it's done, click on OK and then close the window. In the Destination Folder column, the folder has now been added. Next, click on the Validate button at the top right. Now click OK. Once both indicators at the top right turn green, it means everything is set up correctly and we are good to proceed. Now, let's look at some additional features. By clicking on the three-dot menu, you'll find several options. The first is Public Folder List, which allows you to add more public folders if needed. The second is Public Folder List Template, which lets you download a CSV template for public folders. The third is Fetch Folder, which helps you fetch additional public folders if available. And finally, the fourth option is Import Folders, which allows you to import another CSV file containing public folder paths. Now, on the left panel, click on the Settings button. The first option here is Enable Multiple Accounts, which allows you to add or remove multiple source and destination account configurations. The second option is Concurrent User, where you can set how many concurrent users will be processed per account. For example, if I set this to 6, only 6 public folders will migrate at a time, and once they're completed, the next 6 will begin. We'll leave this at the default value of 20. In the SMTP section, there is an option called Enable Email Notification, which allows the software to send email updates. You can adjust this setting based on your preference, but for now, we'll keep it at the default and continue. Now, let's go back to where we were earlier in the Resources section. Now that all the settings are configured, we can begin the migration. On the top right, click on the Start Migration button. The software will first fetch the license quota details, and in the mini window, you can see the remaining quota. Here, it shows we have 1 remaining. If it shows 0, you will need to renew your license. After that, click on the Start button to proceed, and then click OK. The migration process has now started, and it may take some time to complete. The migration has now been completed, and you can see the results in the completed section. On the left, there is also a pending section, which shows the public folders that are in the waiting list according to the concurrent user settings. The In Progress section displays only those public folders that are currently being migrated. Now, let's return to the completed section. On the right, under the status column, you'll see a green check icon, which indicates that the migration has been successfully completed. Finally, you can open the destination account and verify that the public folder data has been migrated. Let's also explore more feature for better results. On the top right, you'll find the Rerun Backup button. Clicking on it provides several options. The first option is Retry Failed Items, which allows you to restart the backup for any items that couldn't be saved earlier due to errors or network issues. The second option is Rerun Full Backup, which restarts the entire backup process from the beginning. The third option is Delta Migration. This is useful if the backup has already been completed but new data or emails are added to the account afterward. In that case, only the newly added items will be backed up. You can also view the backup report from within the software. On the right side, click on the Download Report button. The first option is the Migrate Summary Report. Select it, choose the folder path where you want to save the report, and then click Save. Now open the folder where it has been downloaded. The report is generated in CSV format. Now open it. It shows a basic summary of the backup. If you want a more detailed report, go back to the software. Again, click on the Download Report button. This time, select the second option, Detailed Report. Choose the account, then click Download. Once the report is generated, click Download again. Select the export folder and click Save. Open the exported folder. You'll see the report in a zip file. Extract it, and then open the folder. The report will be in CSV format. Open it. Here it is, the detailed report. Let's return to the software to explore some additional features. At the bottom left, you'll find the Help button. Clicking on it provides help details in various categories such as prerequisites, setup, source, destination, users status, settings, activate, and additional help. At the top, there's also a 3-dot menu. Clicking on it opens more options. The first is Help, which is the same as the button we just saw. The second is Contact Support, which allows you to reach out directly to the support team. The third is Create Ticket, which lets you generate a ticket for any queries. The next option is Reload, which simply refreshes the tool. Then there's App Overview, where you can get an overview of the application. Finally, the About Us option provides additional information about the software. Log on to the product page for more details or to purchase the product. For any queries, email us at support@SysToolsGroup.com.